Right now, hundreds of law enforcement members are tracking down every potential lead in their efforts to find an accused killer. Thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
Good evening. I'm Daniela Guzman. Here's where the case stands right now. Investigators are still searching for this man right here, Francisco Oropesa. He is accused of killing 5 people Friday night, including a 9-year-old boy in San Jacinto County.
Earlier today, 2 possible sightings of Oropesa in Montgomery County turned up nothing, but investigators are determined to find him.
And they're hoping a combined $80,000 reward will be enough motivation for somebody to provide the details that will lead to Oropesa's arrest.
In the meantime, people living in the San Jacinto County community where the victims were killed held a vigil tonight. That is where we start our team coverage with KPRC 2's Devin Clark.
About 50 mourners showed up here, some with balloons, others with candles. We saw one little boy who came with a handwritten letter to his best friend, Daniel. That's the youngest victim to die here. There is a lot of grief for those lives lost in this community, as well as concern for that alleged killer still on the loose.
I was super sad because my friend died.
Little Aaron Muniz is one of dozens who helped create a memorial outside of the Cleveland home where 5 people were fatally shot execution-style Friday. He says the youngest victim, 9-year-old Daniel Lasso, was his best friend.
He used to play soccer at the bus stop, and he used to be good at goalie, and I liked him on my team.
He says it's what pushed him to write this letter.
I wanted to show him how good I was a fan of him.
Much of the Trailsend community overwhelmed with grief.
I couldn't imagine someone kicking in my door, saying you're coming for my family. It has to be deeper than what they're saying.
Investigators say that after being asked by a neighbor to stop shooting his gun because a newborn was sleeping, 38-year-old Francisco Oropesa went next door with an AR-15, shooting Lasso along with his mother, Sonia Guzman, Diana Alvarado, Julissa Rivera, and Jose Casares.
They didn't shoot back and they didn't have a gun, but the majority of the residents back here shoot back, and they got their own ARs.
As anger and frustration brews in this rural community, Friday's mass shooting also getting attention at the White House.
The president was briefed on the shooting on Saturday morning, and he and the First Lady are praying for those killed in the attack, for their surviving loved ones, and for the broader Cleveland community.
Anyone with any information on where Oropesa is advised to not approach him. Instead, call the FBI hotline at 1-800-CALL-FBI and then press option 1. Now, we did ask the San Jacinto Sheriff's Office about claims that there had been multiple previous calls about Oropesa firing in his yard. We have not heard back. Reporting in Cleveland, Devin Clark, KPRC 2 News.
Devin, thank you. Well, KPRC2 Investigates has uncovered some new details about this suspect. Francisco Oropesa has been deported from the United States multiple times. According to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Oropesa is a Mexican citizen, and he's been arrested on DWI charges in Montgomery County and deported in March of 2009. He was deported again 6 months later and a third time in January 2012 after Oropesa was deported a 4th time in July of 2016, and it's not known when Oropesa came back to the United States.